Hey, it's good to see you. Welcome to Barlow BBQ. Today's video is a tribute to a beloved member of the barbecue community here on YouTube, Phil Rogers, aka Phil in Florence. Phil unexpectedly passed away just recently, and it's hit all of us barbecue YouTubers pretty hard. Now, of course, Phil knew how to barbecue. He was a true pit master, and I guarantee you, if you check out his YouTube channel, you're going to learn a thing or two. So in honor of Phil, we're going to do one of his pulled pork recipes today. We're going to smoke a pork butt, but instead of using a rub at the beginning, which is what I always do, we're going to follow Phil's method, and we're just going to use salt to start with, and then we'll add the rest of the seasonings at the very end when the pork is ready to shred. I'll have the recipes right down below in the description box for you, as well as links to Phil's YouTube channel. So let's get started. I'm using just a half a pork butt today because it's just Martha and I, and we don't need that much. And it weighs in at just under 4.5 pounds. We're going to start by giving this butt a good coat of kosher salt on all sides, and then we'll wait until the very end, like I said, to add the rest of our seasonings. I'm just eyeballing it here, but that's looking pretty good. We've got a nice amount of salt rubbed in there, so this butt is good to go. And so is our charcoal, so let's get the pit barrel fired up and we can start smoking. I'm going to use a few chunks of pecan wood. I think that's going to go really well with the pork. Now Phil starts by placing the butt fat side up for the first couple hours, so that's how I'm going to do it here. I've got my rebars back in the pit barrel, so let's get the lid on, and I'm just going to let this smoke for 2 hours, and then we'll come back, flip it over, and let it continue to cook. I'll see you soon. All right, folks, it's been 2 hours. Let's lift the lid and see how this pork butt is doing. Dang, that is some good looking pork right there, y'all. So next thing I'm going to do is give this a flip and let it go for an hour or two on this side. And then we'll come back. We'll check temperature in a little bit and get an idea of how it's feeling as well. So we'll see you in just a little while. All right, folks, it's been 1 hour since we flipped the pork butt. Total cooking time up to this point is 3 hours. So let's go ahead and check it out. I've got my handy dandy probe digital thermometer here. I'm going to go ahead and check for tenderness. That's feeling real nice. And let's see, we're reading at a temperature of about 179. Let's go in here. That's reading 186. And 190 there. So we're getting close. Let's go ahead and put the lid back on. I think this needs at least another hour. I'm looking for probe tenderness. When that probe feels like it's going into soft butter, that's when it's going to be done. I'll tell you what, folks, this is unbelievable. Just when we're getting to the close of this video, it's a symphony of lawnmowers going on right now. There's got to be 2, 3, 5 lawnmowers going on in the background. I mean, it's nuts. And of course it has to happen right when we're at like a crucial part of this video, because I think this pork butt is about done. We've been smoking now for almost 6 hours, and it's been about 2 hours since I saw you guys last. While we were smoking earlier, I put together this vinegar sauce. This looks good enough to drink. This is another Phil recipe, and I'll have that recipe right down below in the description box for you if you want to check it out. But like I said, I think that this pork butt is about done. So let's lift the lid and give it a tenderness check and see what we got. All right, I got my handy dandy thermometer here, and I'm going to check for tenderness. And this is feeling really good. Yeah, this goes in real easy, no resistance. Oh yeah, this pork butt is done. It's time to get this off the pit barrel. I gotta be careful there. This thing is super tender. And let's lay it on this tray right here, and we'll get ready for our final steps. I'm going to take my old hickory knife and I'm going to cut some slices into this pork butt. Do a few this way and then a couple this way. And because we're going to dump in our seasoning next, and this is going to allow us to get that seasoning all in there. Here's some salt, just a little bit of salt because we used quite a bit earlier. Now let's shake on some black pepper, and I'm going to use quite a bit of that. And finally, some red pepper, or some cayenne pepper for some heat. Oh yeah, can't forget about that vinegar sauce. And we're going to pour that all over this pork butt. Oh yeah. All right, let's see how this thing pulls. Oh, this feels great. It's pulling apart like butter, you guys. Man, this is so good. And it smells incredible. Up here's our instant read thermometer. That bone came out clean. Let's pour in just a little bit more vinegar sauce. Make sure everything is really mixed well together. And I think we're about ready for a taste test. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, this pork is looking incredible. I mean, from start to finish, I've been really excited to try this out. And we're going to do it.
I'm very excited too.
Martha's really excited. I'm sure you guys are excited to see how it turns out. But before we do that, though, you know, in honor of Phil, we busted out the good stuff this evening. Yeah, we've drank that much all day today. No, I'm just kidding. This is some nice 12-year-old scotch right here. And we've got a little bit of that right here. Just to cheers to Phil Rogers, to you, man, my barbecue brother.
And to those you left behind. Our hearts are with you too.
Our hearts are with y'all. That's 2 sips for Phil right there. Now, all right.
I took 3.
We've got the pork right here. We're going to grab a forkful of it. We're just going to try it all natural. We're not going to make a sandwich or anything like that. The true test of barbecue is to stand up on its own. So let's give it a try.
I'm so excited.
All right, here we go. I got a big old forkful. I got a little bit of that crispy fat, which rendered out real nice, by the way. So let's take a bite. This beat me up to barbecue heaven. That's good stuff, y'all.
I think you did feel proud today.
Well, I hope so. I hope so. That is delicious.
Delicious. That man could make some pork.
He knew what he was doing, y'all. Go check out his YouTube channel. Go check out his videos. But let me tell you about this pork real quick. Now, it was real different doing the salt, just salt only in the beginning. Gave it a really nice color as we cooked it. But I think it treated that pork fat cap real nice.
Super crispy. Not too salty at all.
And I think it was a good call to add the seasonings at the end. Because they really come through. Your bark is going to be a little bit different, but the seasoning at the end was real nice. And I'll tell you what, that vinegar sauce.
Out of sight.
That's okay. We'll have a recipe for it right down below in the description box so you can make it for yourself. And yeah, all I got to say is thank you, Phil.
Here's to ya.
Thank you, Phil, for your wonderful recipes. Thank you for your heart, for your knowledge. Thank you for everything that you shared with us, man. You will be missed. And with that, we're going to say cheers to y'all, and we love you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. And until next time, we're going to say smoke 'em if you got 'em.
That's right.
To Phil.
To Phil.